Hi there. Okay, so today we're gonna do a beginner's, just a basic paint job on this buffet. This is a custom piece. Now as you can see, it was pretty rough, so I did have to sand this. I sanded it, not because my paint wouldn't stick to it, but because the sealer that they had put on here was just peeling off. Hi Annette. So thanks for coming. Anyway, so it is sanded down in areas. Cleaned it really well. It was filthy, so if you run into, when you take your rag, you spray it down. Whatever cleaner you're using, I was using dish soap, and then I switched to crud cutters. If you are wiping it down and you're getting yellow, you got to keep wiping, okay? So I have it tipped back right now because I'm going to get these legs underneath first, have those out of the way, then I can tip it back forward and I don't have to mess around with that. So depending on what kind of paint you're using, most paints you need to shake your can, okay? Mix up your paint pretty good. The only exception that I'm aware of to that is DIY. DIY is so highly pigmented, the color does not sink to the bottom ever. It's always the same from top to bottom. So with that paint, you don't need to. I'm using Wise Owl today. This is Republic Red. It's a great red, and I'm gonna finish this up, not today, not on here, but I am going to finish it up with dark clear wax and dark wax and just really add to this piece. So I did already shake mine, and hopefully I have enough. I don't know. We'll find out. So I'm going to go ahead and dip in here and get going. If you have questions, make sure you leave them and I will try to answer them. And thank you guys for coming. If you like my videos, make sure you hit that thumbs up, share button, and of course leave me some comments so that YouTube knows you like me, because they don't know unless you do those things. All right, that's my pathetic baby. Okay, so I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and start down here on these legs, and I have it flipped up so that I can access them a little more easily than if it was down. So this particular paint is a self-leveling, super smooth paint, so it's going to go on there pretty good for me. And I'm sorry, this is just going to be awkward for a few minutes. Maybe this is something I should have done before I got on. I don't know. It's possible. Maybe I'll just skip the other leg. This feels awkward. I don't know. But when you're painting furniture for your beginners, whenever you can, you want to flip your piece upside down. If it's a chair, flip it all the way upside down and get those legs and spindles from the bottom first. You can paint the bottom side of the chair bottom, and it just makes your life a heck of a lot easier so that you can get those places without it being so darn hard. Because inevitably, if you're anything like me, you will end up missing something if you don't do that. And then you have to go back and do it again anyway, so you might as well just do it. So I think we will just get this leg, and then I'll flip it when I'm not on here for you guys, and we'll get started up there. So if anybody, if you guys do want to watch me wax this piece, if you have any questions about waxing, please make sure in the comments you let me know, and then that way I will go ahead and do a waxing video. All right. Okay, so I think we're gonna go ahead and just call that good for the sake of just, this is awkward, all right? Okay. Let's get you back a little bit like that. And let's go ahead and drop you down. So I have two custom pieces. This is custom. Another one over there. The other one we're going white. So I had to shellac it to seal it. So whenever you're working with whites, if you are afraid that you may have some tannins popping back out, shellac, and I'll show you right here. Excuse me. So this right here, this is Bullseye shellac. I buy mine at the Home Depot. You can order yours on Amazon or wherever you want. Thanks, Annette. It's pretty cool, huh? This is a great way. You might have to put a couple coats, but it's a good way to to block it so that you don't end up with tannins and stuff like that coming back out. So we have some details here. We're gonna go ahead and just paint over all of this, and I'll bring it back out when it's time to wax. We'll go ahead and we'll highlight those details. So when you're painting, you want to try to get a smooth finish if that's what you're going for. You want to do long strokes and get your paint on there, but you're going to finish up with a long stroke, eliminating any brush marks that you may have had. The brush that you're using does matter, so as you get into painting more, investing in good brushes it's a good thing, you know. I feel like the tools that we use and anything we do make a difference to what our finish is going to turn out like. And that was one thing, you know, when I first started painting, I definitely didn't use expensive brushes. I used like $4 brushes, $6 brushes, and you know, they worked super fine for where I was at that time. But as my finishes, as I expected more from myself, you know, it was important to me that I got good brushes, because you just don't have to work as hard to get super smooth finishes if you have a good brush in your hand. So that is my thoughts on that. I'm using a Cleon S50. Again, these guys are hard to get a hold of. They're completely sold out at the moment. If you do have an opportunity, if you find one, jump on it and get it, because you don't know when they're going to be out again. They just sell out so fast, they can't keep up with production. So just something to think about. So as we get into these smaller areas here, I'm going to go ahead and switch my brush to a small round, which is going to look just like this. So this one is round. This is the Klingon R14. It's pretty small in diameter, so it's going to allow me to really get into some of these spaces that are harder to reach, like inside here. So it'll allow me to get in there and still keep my smooth finish. Well, that's awesome. So again, when you're doing it, you know, you just want your brush strokes to all go in one direction. You want to start from the top and go down, or from the bottom and go up, but you want it to just be one long stroke, eliminating those stop and start brush strokes. Those don't look too pretty. Now, if you're working on building up some texture and such, that's cool. You know, you don't need to worry about it then. So, looks like my mailman is here. Maybe I got something fun. All right, so I'm still going to be using this brush here along the edge. Hi, how are you?
Good. Where would you like me to put this?
Right, you put it right up here.
Okay.
Yay, thank you so much. Okay. So being that this brush is small, I'm able to go ahead. I'm going to leave this because I'm going to be staining that part. But this brush is pretty small, so I'm able to get a pretty crisp line across the top right there. And we'll just get it a little bit better. So these are sections that if you want to take them off, that would be an awesome thing to do also. And as you get better at it, sometimes you can just do that. Okay. You guys still there? All right, everybody can see, I hope. Move it closer. All right, we're gonna go ahead and start moving on to the drawers. These guys kind of stick. So the thing about sticky drawers, if your drawers are already very tight, it's a super tight fit, and you go and you put paint on that, you're gonna increase that tightness, and it's going to take your paint off when you open and close it. So I'm going to go ahead and paint mine with the drawers pushed all the way back in. And then if I get any paint, if it goes over into the lip anywhere, then I'll take a wet towel or a light sanding block, and I'm just going to rub that back off. That way my drawers are not going to get more sticky, even harder to open and close, because I have paint on them now in addition, you know, because we're going to have paint, and then you're going to have whatever sealer you use, your wax or a hard coat, whatever you decide, you'll have that in addition to, so it definitely can get built up more. Okay, so because of the way these handles are, these are not something I was going to take off, and besides that, they will definitely look cool when we wax them and give them some more detail. So I'm just going to paint them just like that. So if I start over here all the way deep inside and go off to the side there, then I'm going to get again a smoother finish, eliminating brush strokes. And it's going to be nice and good, nice and good. Okay. So again, you guys, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me, and I will try to catch them, and if not, I will check the comments. So again, for anybody just popping on, this is YSL paint in a fabulous red called Republic Red. These are custom pieces for one of my wonderful customers at the store. I will have my website up pretty soon, guys. I was just talking to my website people who are building it as we speak, so I'm super excited. So I will have soon, in December, it'll be published, and I'll be able to put links, and you can buy every product that you are interested in if you wanted to at windmillvintagedesigns.com. So pretty stoked about that. All right, so we'll just keep on going, getting in that little handle guy first. I haven't decided which process I'm going to use on the top yet to stain my wood. If I'm going to use paint as a stain or wax as a stain. I might just use wax. It seems, I really like that look, and it's probably the easiest way to go. All right. So it looks like this piece is probably going to need 1.5 coats. We're going to say half coat because it's definitely not going to need 2 full coats. It's just going to need some touch up in some areas. And man, this is such a smooth finish. Love it. If smooth is what you're going for, YSL's a really good option. And there's no VOCs or chemicals or anything, so that's pretty awesome too. All right. Okay, guys, moving on. Going pretty fast here. Ooh, isn't that pretty red? Love it. So I'm gonna come on over here and let's do some more. We'll go ahead. So again, for your big flat surfaces, you want to go in a big stroke, get your paint on there. And this is for a basic one color. If we were blending or something like that, we'd be doing a whole different thing. But for when you're just learning. Also, I think it's important when you're just starting out, you know, make sure you get some practice pieces. Get, you know, find some stuff at Goodwill, you know, things that you don't value too much so that you can start learning how to paint. And then when you get better, then you go tackle your grandma's buffet, you know? But don't do that at first. Unless you're just a rebel, then you go ahead. So I'm like pretty obsessed right now with scarecrows. I don't know. They've never really been my thing before, but this year I'm just like loving them. I keep finding the cutest ones at stores, so I keep buying them. So I'm gonna have to take them all to my store now. My poor husband's gonna be like, what is going on? Okay, so we're just going all the way up and down. We eliminate any brush strokes that we had. I'm gonna go ahead and switch brushes to my smaller one. If you don't have a smaller one, you can still do it with it, but I do have a smaller one, so I'm gonna use it. Get into all these little details here. So when I am done on here, I'm going to pop over probably to my Facebook page, which is Windmill Vintage Designs. And I have another live to do on over there. So I'll be painting a different buffet white. So if anybody wants to join me over there, feel free. And that's Windmill Vintage Designs on Facebook and Instagram. All right, and that, guys, is coat number 1. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Again, if you want to watch this be waxed when I get the second coat on there, do the top and wax the bottom, please leave that in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.